Hey everybody, I only got a few nights left in Seattle. Well, by the time you see this video, I will have left Seattle for the season, for the year. And it's been a really unique summer with my son, basic training, my daughter's YouTube channel taking off, my sister moving back to Wenatchee from Olympia. All kinds of changes and everything's in flux, and I can feel that. And I have loose plans for 2025. I know I'm going to travel more than I did last year because last year I pretty much holed up in San Francisco for 7 months because both my kids were there. Plus, I'd really broke my budget with the repairs to my truck that I had tons to do last summer. And so I couldn't travel last winter like I normally would like to. But this year I got through intact. Budget pretty much intact. Had a unexpected expense with flying out to see my son's graduation, but that was never a question that I was going to do that. Oh, by the way, the sun in my face is the sun reflecting on Puget Sound. I'm up at I think it's Sunset View Park, something like that, up on Crown Hill above the Shoal Bay Marina in Seattle. And it's just been a gorgeous day, first sunny day in several days. So solar's getting charged up and it's really nice, really nice. So this summer there's been so much wonderful interaction and love in my life here this summer. I have a lot of roots here. I have a lot of loved ones here and good friends and patrons who I've gotten to know better and meet with this summer. And it's all been amazing. And as I'm wrapping it up and saying goodbye to everybody and making time to do that, it's dawning on me again. Okay, like I'm a pretty even mix introvert extrovert. If I lean anywhere, it's towards introvert. I recharge in solo time when I can disconnect from internet, disconnect from people, even people I love. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I spent 4 days with family for T's graduation. And when I got back, even though that was an overwhelmingly positive experience, I needed like days to just recharge. And so I'm feeling that from the summer. You know, I've gotten my times to do walkabout and get solo time. I've made sure about that so that I would stay relatively balanced. This final week has been a little tough that way, but that's okay because I'm about to be alone 90% of the time. Certainly in regards to loved ones. I mean, I'll be at my sister's for a week. Then I'll be at my dad and mom's place for a couple weeks in Redding, and then I'll be in San Francisco Bay Area for about 4 months. And my daughter is loosely based there, and so I'll get to see her probably every week. But I'm going from lots of interaction to no close interaction for the most part, and mostly just public interaction as I go about the business of Jackdaw and the gifting, and as I deal with the diva that Hella is, drawing people to me to talk to me, which is always fun. I've learned how to handle that. But it's striking as I realize again, okay, I'm going into solo time. I really am. And I just wanted to let those of you know, because I talked to some other loners, solo type people from time to time. We all deal with the same thing where society kind of casts us in a light that something's really messed up, that we need to be alone as much as we need to be alone, or that there's something wrong with you if you haven't partnered up hardcore or don't have a really tight unit of friends. And I can see why that's a huge advantage. I can see why so many people think that, because there's great strength in those networks. There's emotional connection. There's all kinds of support. And it's hard to be solo. It's a lot more work to be solo and be in charge of yourself solely. You know, no one's got your back when you're just out by yourself everywhere. But for those of you who are like me and you thrive on that, I thrive in my solo time. I love my time with my loved ones, but each year it passes as I do this, I'm more and more calm and at peace with the fact that, yeah, I like being alone. I like traveling alone. I like the whole experience, because so much of my life up until I did this has been unit. You know, I loved raising my children. I loved having a family and everything. And I still love my family, of course. But I never really got the chance to go explore and do whatever came to mind and follow whatever path, you know, opened up before me without having to consider others. And back in the day, I never factored into that equation in my mind because I had so many shame issues, etc. So now this is a whole new world, and I'm a long way from being done just exploring it on my terms. And so I want to encourage those of you who choose a solo lifestyle, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. I think there's only something wrong with people who do this if they're truly running away from their feelings, if they're rolling because they're afraid to put down roots. I can tell you at this point, I'm in year 7 of being in this truck and living and traveling full time in it. I can feel that time's coming when I'm looking forward to putting down roots. I'm not afraid of it at all. I just don't want it yet. And that's God's honest truth. It's not what I desire yet. And so I think that if that's where your head and heart is, that you're rolling or you're solo or choosing to be alone simply because that's what you want, and it's not because you're afraid you can't be in a relationship or can't, you know, meet other people's expectations or any of that dysfunctional bullshit. If that's not your motivation and you just like and thrive being alone, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, more power to you. And I understand you. We're a very tiny group of people that thrives that way, but we're out there, and I come across them every now and then. It's so fun to talk to those folks. Anyway, this is just kind of a rambling vlog about that. I thought a lot about it today, and I just want to make that my video for the week because I've been busy. I still haven't even photoshopped all the pics I shot for my son's graduation, so I've got work yet to do. But again, I'm going to have time to get stuff done pretty soon, because soon I'll be back on my own, and that works for me. I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity right now, and I'm taking it. Well, it's suddenly getting very noisy with dogs and people up here. It must be because the sun's almost setting, and I'm just going to wrap it up and say, fearlessly do what's in your heart to do. Nobody else has to understand it. I mean, don't hurt people. Don't intentionally hurt people. Don't deceive people. Be honest. Be forthright. So long as you're doing those things, doing what's in your heart to do is your good path. That's what I believe anyway. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, I'm on the road now by the time you're seeing this. And so you'll be seeing new images, stuff coming from different places. I have some ideas coming up with the travel that I'm doing. So hopefully you enjoy that. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm learning more and more about the whole YouTube thing. I never set out to make YouTube an income. That's not my priority at all. It's just my vlog. My daughter is doing an amazing job building a van life YouTube channel. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel in the description down below. It's called Strange Days Diaries, and she's doing just a heck of a job. But she's always telling me, Dad, say, you know, remind people, subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. So there you go. I'll try to do that, because who knows, I'm a little over 100 subscribers away from qualifying if I get my watch hours up. But again, I'm not worried about it. If it happens down the road in a year or two, they have a trickle of income, I'll take it. I can use it. I'm just going to keep sharing my life and my travels with you. And thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. See you on the road.